everybody, it is qcknd and welcome back to Tattoo Talk Tuesday. So if it is your first time joining us on my channel, Tattoo Talk Tuesday is our weekly interactive talk show where I take viewer submitted questions and try to lend my experience to you guys as a tattoo collector. So this week I will have a sip of iced tea. Sometimes when I am filming, it's like the very first time I have spoken out loud all day. So today I'm going to be talking about celebrity tattoos. I feel like this is just my experience, but maybe like growing up, it wasn't super common that celebrities had tattoos, and if they did, it was like Angelina Jolie. It was like a huge big deal, and now celebrities are getting tattooed very often. So I really wanted to dive into this world of like celebrities and their tattoos, and I have been working on this video for like an entire week because something I thought would only take like a couple hours to like mess around with has turned into this like infinite pit of celebrity tattoos. I thought first of all I would define celebrity, but in my findings, you know, it's kind of hard to differentiate who is like an actor, who is a model, who is a musician. Do these people fall under the umbrella of celebrity? And then there are musicians that I view as a celebrity that may not be well known. And then there are just people who have really good tattoos and we all know who they are, but why? So defining celebrity has been a little difficult. And then, like, celebrities I kind of ran into along the way, like Ryan Gosling has a lot of tattoos, for example. That was something I spent like an hour on, and then I was like, I can't find who did his tattoos. Which brought me to the video I prepared for you today, which is celebrities who had surprisingly good tattoos that I liked. So that's relative to me. I don't want to do celebrities who have bad tattoos because although that was an idea I had, that's just not something I'm into making a video about. So today I wanted to talk about the celebrities I found along the way who had tattoos I liked, tattoo artists I was able to discover and was into, and maybe some sort of story along the way that I really was into. 5 celebrities. If you're into this, please let me know and I'll make another episode and another episode. And we're gonna dive right into the very first person, and it's Shia LaBeouf. So we love Shia. We think about him, we grew up with him, we love him. When I was in this infinite loop of like Googling celebrities with tattoos is just a black hole. It will take you all over the internet. And a lot of celebrities I found, it was either tattoos that were fake for a movie part, tattoos that were photoshopped on. So when I found out that Shia had tattoos, I was really surprised. So Shia has a couple tattoos, and the tattoos that I found most interesting are these tattoos of Missy Elliott. So Shia has a couple tattoos. I believe he has 2 Missy Elliott tattoos, Tupac and Prince from what I could view. And in my research I found out that he got these tattoos to embellish a movie part that he was in, but he also got these tattoos because he really liked the person who created these tattoos. And it is, their Instagram is called Gangster Doodles. So Shia got some tattoos from Gangster Doodles, and these are just tattoos that he liked. He contacted the creator of this, who said that they were just an artist who started to doodle on Post-its. And they'd always been influenced by hip-hop growing up, so they started to draw like hip-hop artists that they were influenced by and grew up with. And I'm guessing that Shia found these images because one day he just emailed Gangster Doodles this picture of Missy Elliott. So it's the picture of Missy Elliott in that big blow-up suit. You know that one where it's like, who's got the keys to the Jeep? I can't stay in the rain. I think Missy Elliott's dope. I was totally just like blown away by this information. I actually found the original article from GQ, but then Shia makes an appearance on the Ellen show and shows off his tattoos. In this clip from the Ellen show, you can tell that he's like kind of uncomfortable. And in my research, I found out that he actually regrets his tattoos, but I only found one source that said that. So I like to think that maybe he changed his mind, or maybe some days he regrets them, some days he thinks he's silly, maybe people give him a hard time for them. But there are a couple paparazzi pictures of him wearing shorts pretty often. You know, our guy Shia, he wears a lot of thrift store stuff. He's pretty fashionable in that sense. I would love to know maybe a continuation of this, like, does he actually regret these tattoos? Because as a celebrity, he has access to the removal. Have they been removed? I believe that all of this information came out around 2015, so if he still has them, if he's gotten a couple more Gangster Doodle ones. But you can check out the book that I showed. It's the campaign book. It's pretty cool stuff. Like I said, these might not be like super technically good. Like you're like, Amanda, you like this Missy Elliott tattoo? And it's like, yeah, I'm so into like the thought process behind this. I think it's really interesting. So what would be a tattooed video without Rihina? Searching Rihina comes up, so much information about her tattoos comes up, down to forums where they list every single one of her tattoos. I remember an article that was like, Rihanna's 28th tattoo. And I was just like, wow, there is a very like shocking culture around celebrities that get tattoos. And I kind of am not a part of it, or not a part of the shock value that I guess other people who may not have tattoos are into, or maybe just different generations or different cultures of people who like Rihanna and who like celebrities. So running into like so much hype around her tattoos was pretty interesting to me, pretty unique as someone who's just like, oh, Rihanna's tattooed, that's dope. But I guess people who look up to Rihanna, or maybe who are underage who have no tattoos, are like, oh my god, Rihanna's tattoos. So I'm going to talk about a couple of Rihanna's tattoos and her tattoo artists today. I'm going to talk about the ones I really, really like, and some information behind them. So what I found out was really interesting about Rihanna, and it's not super visible anymore, but Rihanna actually has a original from New Zealand hand-poked Samoan tattoo. So if you watch Needles and Pins, you may have gotten some information about this, or if you've ever had any interest in tattoos. Rihanna actually went to the Moko Ink tattoo studio and got a hand tapped tattoo on her hand. So it's an original Polynesian style tattoo. I thought this was really interesting because she went to the original source to get this tattoo, and it is authentic as it can be. And I think that that's really interesting. At a glance, I always just thought that her hand tattoo was just like kind of stylized, like something like that. But when I looked into it and found out that it was like a real original tattoo, I thought that was really cool. And I think that other people who may sit down and research that could bring more attention to Moko Ink. And for me, I was like, what? I had no idea. Since then, she's kind of had the tattoo. She has extended her hand tattoo a little bit further down. So it does cover up a lot of the like hand poke tattoo, but I still do think it's like a really interesting juxtaposition of tattoos and really fucking cool. Secondly, I want to talk about Rihanna's other tattoo artist, and that is Bang Bang. You may have heard of him. His name is Keith Bang Bang, and he has his own studio in New York City. At his shop, I think he has 3 other employees, but he tattoos, and he tattoos lots of other celebrities as well. Justin Bieber is coming to mind, but Bang Bang has been it is renowned as Rihanna's favorite tattoo studio. Keith Bang Bang from this studio, I was looking through his portfolio, and he is a very well-rounded tattoo artist. He does color, he does like I would say they like mirror traditional, bold lines or just like gray wash tattoos. He also is really good with like, I would say something that really impressed me when I was like looking up all of this stuff was, he's really good. What I want to say is that he's really good at understanding the body and placement. Like he has this one tattoo in his portfolio that's like all street artists in full color and black and gray as like a half sleeve. Like you can see the Keith Haring like stack of crowns. There's a Cause piece, Banksy. You can see he incorporated Osgemios into here, and it's all just like other artists that he like put into this half like street art sleeve. Kind of dope. Here's like another full placement. Everything looks like it's placed really well. It's not super jumbled. And what I think is so great about Rihina's tattoos personally is placement. I think that Rihina's tattoos are placed very, very well. I remember when she got the iconic Roman numerals that go across her shoulder. And the placement of this is so she can sit forward, have her shoulders back, and not have tattoos right here. But then, you know, she can lean in and she's fully tattooed. So her and Bang Bang came together and really worked on this careful placement so that she can still be like a luxurious celebrity, but have these like faint and unnoticeable and undetected tattoos unless she wants them to be detectable. I thought that was really cool. She has this 1988 tattoo and I love the placement on it. I think it's so dope. If it was her idea, if it was his imagination coming together, I think that they work really well together, and I love the placement. It just accommodates Rihina's like celebrity status as well as turning her into this like this luxurious divine body of tattoos. It's so cool. Placement is so important. And I think that Keith Bang Bang nails placement. So I wanted to give Rihina deserves a place on this list. Her Goddess Isis tattoo, how it just flows under her bust. It's iconic. It's beautiful. All the placement of her tattoos by him just like kill it. You know, I'm not super well versed in celebrities. I like a lot of indie stuff. I don't really tap into the mainstream too often. Sometimes it trickles down, you know, into me. And this is a case for it. So our next celebrity that made it onto my list was Joe Jonas. So I never got into the Jonas Brothers. I don't know what year they came out, but I think I just missed it. I think I was just a little too old or a little too young. I don't know. But Joe Jonas, he's in the Jonas Brothers, and his tattoos are very, very good. And I have to say that I was a little surprised. Like, he's got these just like very delicate single line tattoos. I love the placement of these tattoos. I think that they're super cool. He's got a heart tattoo just like me. So what's not to love? And because he is such a valued celebrity, there's like a ton of buzz around the tattoos that he gets. And I'm sure his fans are like crazy for it. When I was looking him up, his tattoos have their own dedicated Pinterest board, you know, celebrity stuff. But I love the idea of celebrities getting really good tattoos because they set the bar for us to all get good tattoos as well. But they showcase and highlight the tattoo artists who they choose to go to. So, you know, Joe Jonas has some sick tattoos, but some of my favorite tattoos on his body are from the tattoo artist Kurt Montgomery. So, Kurt Montgomery is a Canadian tattoo artist who became a tattoo artist because they were an illustrator. And they wanted to live off of their art, live off of their craft, and decided to apply for an apprenticeship. And their very first apprenticeship, the very first tattoo shop they went to, they got the apprenticeship. So looking this up, I don't know if Joe Jonas is the first celebrity to visit Kurt Montgomery. It seems like they have a pretty celebrity kind of tattooed portfolio, but I love it. Kurt Montgomery described their style as taking an image and bringing it down to its bare bones, and I think that that is really unique, like really cool and trendy and happening right now. And I can totally vibe with that. And Kurt and I both wear dirty white Vans, so I love it. So Joe Jonas, my dude, you got some sick tattoos. Great job. Our next celebrity. And I mean, I've probably said this every time. Not Rihina. I know Rihanna's gonna have good tattoos. This next celebrity really shocked me. But in my research, I cannot ignore how good this next celebrity's tattoos are. They are so good. So the next person we are going to talk about is Macklemore. So I don't exactly know why or how Macklemore became like such a meme, but I make this iced tea from scratch. I don't know how Macklemore became such a meme, but Macklemore was not even on my radar when I started, you know, thinking about celebrities who were tattooed. And, you know, I never think about Macklemore. A couple years ago, like right when I moved back to Philly, I had exchanged my iPod with a friend to put music on it, and when I got my iPod back, it had all Macklemore stuff on it. And it was kind of before Macklemore maybe even like released his first album, the thrift shop song. And I remember listening to it and thinking it was cool and then just like never revisiting it. Somewhere in between, I don't know what happened with Macklemore. I could have looked it up on Wikipedia, I suppose, but Macklemore's tattoos are so good. Macklemore only has good tattoos. So I was checking out this article that Macklemore is in, and Macklemore said he started to get tattooed in his 30s, which is, I don't know, a great idea. Macklemore waited to get tattooed till he was successful, maybe a little more worldly, could decide what tattoo styles he really liked. And he did say in his interview that he was always drawn to traditional tattoos, but he was afraid that they were like too mainstream. He called them hipster, which I was like, Macklemore. No, but like, Macklemore said that, and then he said in his 30s, his buddy that he like does all his music with started to get tattooed, and he came with him, got his first tattoo. So in my research, I was like, all right, who does Macklemore's tattoos? And I don't think it's one specific person. I think he collects his tattoos along his journey. And if that's not my favorite reason to get tattooed, in all my research, I was like, Macklemore has great tattoos and gets tattooed for a good reason. And the placement's good. So I was like, who tattoos Macklemore? So in my research, I was only able to find one of his tattoo artists, and wouldn't you know it, they have guest spotted at Rose Tattoo, which is where I get the majority of my tattoos. I couldn't believe it. So finding some close-up pictures of Macklemore's tattoos was a little hard. Like I said, he only just started getting tattooed, so a lot of his pictures on the internet, he doesn't have a ton of tattoos. I was on his Instagram for a full hour scrolling before I was like, all right, cut it. We can't put more time into Macklemore's segment of the video. So Macklemore, one of my favorite tattoos on Macklemore is his 23rd and cherry tattoo. I love the way it's designed, and when I saw it, I was like, fuck, Macklemore, that's a great idea. Damn it. So Macklemore got this tattoo to commemorate his sobriety. I believe that his sobriety is a big form of like pull of inspiration for him. I think he became like a successful musician when he became sober, and he attributes like a lot of his success to it. And the group or the rehabilitation center that he went to was on 23rd and Cherry. So the tattoo artist who tattooed this on him, one of my favorite tattoos on Macklemore, the tiger on his stomach's pretty sick, is Josh Sutterby. So Josh guest spotted in Rose Tattoo in New York City, and then Mark Cross went to Australia to guest spot at Josh's tattoo shop, which is Love Tattoo. The world is an interesting place, and sometimes Macklemore gets tattooed by somebody so close to your circle. I was so impressed. If you know any other tattoo artists who have tattooed Macklemore, just let me know. It seems like he goes to different street shops in his journeys and on tour and stuff and chooses traditional, and that's the style he goes with. I feel like I know who's tattooed his chest, but I don't know. He has a tattoo for his daughter, a tattoo for his grandmom, and some quotes along the way, and they're all done really, really well. Macklemore kind of kills it. So our final celebrity that I'm going to be talking about today, like I said, I would love to continue this series. It just took me a really long time to prepare, but now I feel like I'm in it. Also, I didn't want to include any celebrities where I couldn't like make the connection of who has tattooed them or why I like their tattoos. So the next celebrity I'm going to be talking about, and Like I said, are we defining the word celebrity? I'm not sure, but I'm talking about Creation. So you may remember her if you were on the internet or if you still had a MySpace circa 2008 through 2011. She had the song Gucci Gucci. You know, it's like Gucci Gucci Fendi Fendi Prada. You know that song? Well, Creation's kind of like been a little more low-key, hanging out in Oakland and just doing some cool DJ stuff. She comes out with music pretty periodically, but one thing I wanted to talk about with Creation has been her tattoos. Even when her music video came out for Gucci Gucci, I remember thinking it was so cool that she had tattoos. Like I said, this was kind of the transition out of MySpace era, so seeing people get tattoos wasn't completely new. So Creation had a Sailor Moon tattoo, she had a Goofy tattoo, and I remember thinking it was so crazy that she just like had these sweet tattoos. So, I mean, Creation has this sick tattoo that says, "I cry when girls die." I mean, pretty crucial. But one of the tattoo artists she has been tattooed by is Ruckus Tattoos. So, I've been following Ruckus for like years. When they started their apprenticeship, when they became a full tattoo artist, they guest in Philadelphia pretty often, and I have friends in my circle that have tattoos by them. So, when I saw that Creation had two pretty large tattoos by Ruckus, I thought it was pretty sick because I was like, wow, full circle. Like, he's friends with my friends and he's a really, really good tattoo artist. She decided to get this Pink Panther with a spray can commemorative piece for her friends, and getting it from Ruckus just makes a ton of sense, so I thought that that was super dope and very special. And she also has this stylized Animal Crossing tattoo that is just like beyond dope. So we all know Alex Strangler. I've talked about her on this channel before. You guys will send me tattoos of hers all the time, and I think it's really interesting that Creation has tattoos by her. So she was quoted by saying that she wants all of her lower body tattoos to be done by Alex after she met her. She met her at Hello Kitty convention. I don't know if you guys remember it. It was 4 or 5 years ago maybe. I remember Katy Perry went to it and it was supposed to be a big deal because she got a Hello Kitty tattoo on her finger, also by Alex. But on the lower key end of the spectrum, Creation was there and got this sick Hello Kitty with bat wings tattoo. And from then on, she got a cool San Francisco tattoo from Alex in a border because that's where she was born. And she got this Princess Peach tattoo that says "Save Yourself," sick. And she has this Sexy Marge tattoo. And I have seen this Sexy Marge like floating around online before and had no idea that it was on Creation. So I was like, that's pretty sick. And she also has this little devil. This little hot stuff devil eating a little ice cream made of flyer by the tattoo artist Needle Siren. So this cool tattoo introduced me to this tattoo artist, and now I follow them on Instagram. I thought that was sick. I don't know why I have this idea that celebrities' tattoos like aren't really worth keeping an eye on to me, because I'm like, whatever. But these celebrities have had some sick tattoos that I really, really liked. If it was either the placement, the tattoo artist, both, the style. I was very, very impressed by these tattoos and happy to share them with you guys. If you like the format of this video, I would love to keep revisiting it. You can talk about celebrities that are tattooed down below, and I would love to check them out. Like I said, I kind of hit the ground running on this concept because I knew I wanted to talk about celebrity tattoos. So many celebrities, like I said, are either tattooed, might not technically be your definition of a celebrity or my definition of a celebrity, or they have tattoos that I don't really like, but I don't know. Leave some of your favorites down below. I think it would be cool to explore this a little further, like band tattoos, things like that. And celebrities being more open about who tattoos them is pretty sick. Let me know, who is your favorite tattooed celebrity on this list and why? I think that this list is kind of all over the place, but I feel really confident with the people who are on it. I love you guys so much. This was super fun. Not a viewer request, but kind of. You guys always ask me, what do you think of blah blah blah's tattoos? So this is what I think of Creation, Shia, Joe, Rihina, Macklemore. Until next time, remember to subscribe. I have a tattoo playlist with over 100 videos. You might find something you like. Give this video a thumbs up. You can follow me on Instagram at qcknd and Twitter if you want to hit me up. I love you guys, and until next time, bye. Josie always says Macklemore. No diss. Macklemore, I watched the video that he posted of his wife giving birth. He has a tattoo for his daughter. So for Mother's Day, he posted a video. And I was like, oh man, he might show the tattoo. And he showed the birth of his daughter. I watched it. And to this day, it's the very first birth video I've ever seen.